Welcome everyone to the VLOGAN, a vlog for individuals with special needs and those who love them. Jordan Wagner is the project manager of technology projects at the Nisonger Center at Ohio State University, or the Ohio State University, I should say. And one of those projects that Jordan manages is the Smart Home Discovery Place. And Jordan's been kind enough to join us today and is going to show us the Smart Home Discovery Place. So welcome, Jordan. Thanks for being here.
All right. Thanks, Logan. So as Logan said, I'm project manager for the Smart Home Discovery Place. And the way that we use this space is to demonstrate technology solutions to support people with developmental disabilities. So today, I'm going to take you on a short tour of the Smart Home Discovery Place and introduce you to some of the technologies that we have here.
So this would be sort of like a model home. So if you were going to go and buy a house, you might see a model home. This is kind of a model home demonstrating smart features that make it a home accessible to an individual with disabilities.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, when we take people on tours of the space, what we do is we actually ask them in advance to take a survey where we ask them about what are some things that this person generally needs support with. So we ask about cooking, cleaning, hygiene. Do you need help with these things, and how do you usually get help? And then we actually often, if somebody wants to go through the tour this way, we will tailor the tour to the person coming through. And we will design, select 30 minutes worth of technologies that we talk about that specifically relate to this person and the needs that they told us about.
How cool. And so today we're going to do this tour via I'm here in my office and Jordan's there at the Nisonger Center Discovery Place, the Smart Home Discovery Place. Could individuals take a tour this way and then also come down to the Nisonger Center?
That's right. People could take a tour remotely using our robot, which is what we're using now. Currently it's parked, so I just unparked it. And someone from their home, they can use their mouse to select spots on the screen, and that will move the robot to that space. And then they can turn as they wish. I'll be sitting right here.
So today you're controlling the robot, but if I was taking a tour, I could actually control the robot to see what I wanted to see.
That's exactly right.
How cool. Great. Well, please show us around and I'll ask questions as we go.
Okay. So as you can see, this is really modeled to look like a one-bedroom apartment. And what we have here, right now I'm facing the kitchen. So let me go back and find a good camera spot to talk about some of our items here. Okay, so let's start with talking about our range. Okay, so this is our range. And it's a special range for a couple of different reasons. For one thing, the stovetop here is what's called an induction stovetop. And so what that means is that instead of a typical stovetop that where the burner heats up and then the pan heats up from the burner, instead magnetically the pan heats up directly. Okay, and so the reason why that's important is because if you turn on one of these burners and there's nothing on it, then it's not going to heat up at all. So if you are cooking and you accidentally turn on the wrong burner, you're going to reduce the risk of burns or a fire, because only the burners only the pans on the burner that you turn on are the ones that are going to get hot.
And if you remove the pan, the burner goes off. Is that accurate?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So if you remove the pan, the burner will go off. And so then if you accidentally place your hand on that burner, you're only going to get residual heat left over from the pan. So that's special about this range, and you don't have to buy a whole range for that. You can purchase something that you plug in to an outlet, a single burner, if someone wanted to do something like that. But also we have this device that's resting just above the range. And so this is it's called the iGuard stove, and it has a motion sensor on it. And what this sensor is doing is it's looking for is the range occupied? Is there somebody here? And so it's looking to see, is someone moving around? And so what I'm going to demonstrate is the way that works. When someone walks away for a certain period of time, it'll just shut down completely. So we have this set to 30 seconds. If somebody has, if no motion has been detected, someone's walked away for 30 seconds, then it will shut down the oven and the stovetop. So
wow,
I'll demonstrate that here. Alexa, tell Ginny to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so you can't hear what the voice assistant is saying, but you might be able to see here that the white or a red.
Went red. Yes, we can see it went red.
Yeah, a red light popped up on the stove. So the oven is now preheated. And then now I'll turn on this burner also. Hopefully you'll be able to see some red lights pop up there also. Might be a little bit hard to see,
That's
but
okay.
you might even be able to hear it starting out. Oh, sorry if I'm making anyone dizzy. Let me just zoom in a little bit more there. Yeah, okay. So now this is all heating up. I'm going to cover the motion sensor so that it no longer senses any motion. And then we'll see what this does. Okay, it'll give us a warning when there's 10 seconds left. And after that, that period is over and it still doesn't sense motion, it'll shut everything down.
Well, I see a blue light coming on. That's kind of telling us it's working.
Yeah, and you might be able to hear a beeping too. So that's a warning saying you have 10 seconds left. And now it didn't detect any motion.
Oh, yeah, it shut off.
So it shut down the whole oven.
How cool.
Yeah, so continuing on with that cooking theme, I'll show you one of the devices or one of the applications that we have on our iPad here.
And I noticed you already used Alexa.
That's right. That's right. So this space, I can talk about this more later. This space, the technologies kind of operate together with a mixture of the SmartThings network and with the use of a voice assistant, in this case, Alexa. SmartThings is made by Samsung, but there's other versions of that. So, one thing that I'd like to emphasize about this space is that we're not promoting different brands or specific technologies. Rather, we're demonstrating ways that technology can be used to help someone live independently. So it's important that when someone is considering technologies for themselves, that they begin that thought process with, what are my needs? And then they consider what technologies best respond to my needs for me. So for example, if someone is a user of Apple products, then they may not be as interested in things that are operated by Google or Android type products. They may feel better and be better able to use Apple products. Okay. So I'll show a tablet here, and hopefully I can keep this still enough that you can see the screen okay. But I'm going to turn on this application called Visual Impact. Can you hear that speaker?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, so it uses a combination of pictures, video, as well as audio to help someone take complex tasks and break them down into small steps. So you could use this for cooking. You could use it for taking, for using maybe medical devices. Like here we have instructions on how to use a blood pressure cuff. I'm going to demonstrate one of these scenarios, which is making a grilled cheese sandwich. Now, I downloaded this from the products library. So this was made by somebody else, which, that's one of the great things about this product is you can create your own scenarios and then customize them for the person who wants to view them. So I'll go to this grilled cheese sandwich one.
Tap one more time to view this item. Grilled cheese sandwich.
So you can see the people who made this, they decided to get really creative. They had a lot of fun with it. You'll notice there's they added some video features. It's kind of fun, kind of silly.
Grilled cheese sandwich. On the outside, cheesy on the inside. It's a great way to fill up at lunchtime.
That's not your voice, right?
That is not my voice. This is not one that I created.
Step 1. Take 2 slices of bread out.
Yeah, so for one person, you might be able to say, "Hey, make a grilled cheese sandwich," but for someone else, that might be complicated.
Sure.
And so this breaks it down into steps that are really easily digestible. In this case, they started with just getting out 2 slices of bread. Let's see what step 2 is.
2. Measure 1 tablespoon of butter.
Yeah, so I like that step 2. What they did is they used this specific measuring cup, right? It's a white measuring cup with 2 red lines on it. And so someone who's reviewing that video, they don't need to know what a tablespoon is. They instead can look in their drawer for the white measuring cup with the 2 red lines on it, and they can scoop out their butter that way. And so I think that's what's really great about this program is you can customize it for the person who's going to be using it. The idea here is that someone maybe they have meals that they're specifically interested in. With that person, you can record them making a meal that they like, and then record their own voice providing the instructions on what the next step is. So that way, instead of taking direction from mom or dad or somebody else, the person gets to take instruction from themselves. And I'd also like to point out just some of the practical features that we have here at the Smart Home Discovery Place. This iPad is wrapped in a special waterproof case. So this is a case that's used for it's designed for people who want to use their iPad on their boats. So
wow.
It's durable, it's waterproof, and that means that you can keep it in the kitchen if you want to. You can keep it in your kitchen where you would normally be cooking. You could even use it as instructions for how to do the dishes as well. Another app that I'd like to point out is this app called Catello.
What was that? Catello?
Pictello.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pictures that tell a story. Pictello. Sometimes one of the scenarios that we hear is that someone is they get a lot of new staffing. New direct support comes into the home to support the person. And with direct support, there's a high turnover rate. So there may be several new people in a year who come into someone's home. And so one of the ways that I think that this app could be used, it's easy. You take a picture and then you type out what you want the picture to say, and you can even record your voice to go along with it. And so my proposal with this is that someone could use this with their new staff to tell them about who they are. Even if they don't have a time to meet with, maybe that person's house manager or something like that. So that's what this is. You know, this person, he created one of these, and he's just telling what he likes.
I like shopping at the fruit computers.
Yeah, so he's saying where he likes to shop. What's that, Logan?
I heard it. That's cool.
I enjoy going for a ride in my dad's shop convertible. I love it with it falling on my face.
Yeah, so this app, you can create any number of these scenarios. You know, you have different stories you want to tell, different things you want to convey about who you are. You can use this application for that.
Awesome.
Okay, let's change our camera position again here.
So we're still in the kitchen, and this is a microwave we're going to go to?
That's right. This is our microwave. It's a microwave made by Amazon. And what's special about it is that it can use Alexa. Okay, so you know, a microwave is another way that somebody may cook their food, and you know, for a lot of people, they can just read a set of instructions and know how long to cook something for. However, that can be a barrier for some people. I know of one person. She was making popcorn in a microwave, doing it independently. You know, she didn't know exactly what the instructions were, but her support team, they put a sticker on the number 3, and they said, you know, whenever you want to make popcorn, just push the number 3, hit start, and they're good to go. And that worked well for a long time. However, one time this person pushed the number 3 multiple times on accident, and instead of cooking the popcorn for 3 minutes, it was cooked for 33 minutes. So it started a fire in the microwave, and so her support team got together and they had a decision to make. You know, how is it that we help this person to be safe, but also promote independence for them? What they decided was to have someone available all the time, just in case this person wanted to make popcorn. And so safety was maintained, but the person's independence was reduced. And so one of the thoughts behind the smart home discovery place is that as technology advances, there may be new opportunities for ways that people can be safe and also have that level of independence. And so one way for use of the microwave here would be to use the voice assistant. So you could say, Alexa, microwave for 3 minutes. And the microwave would be set for 3 minutes. Alexa, stop microwave. Now, even then, you still have to know how long to cook that item for. And so one thing that you can do is you can go into the voice assistant's routines, and you can make it so that when you say specific commands, it translates into cook for 3 minutes. So I'll demonstrate that. So instead of saying cook for 3 minutes or microwave for 3 minutes, I can say, Alexa, make popcorn. 3 minutes.
So you've programmed it to know what it is. So you could say heat up rice instead of knowing how many minutes to do that. Is that accurate?
Exactly, right. So if somebody has recipes they like to make regularly, you could have a set of 3 or 4 commands that are easy to remember and are already programmed in. That way the person doesn't have to remember how long to cook something for. It makes it so that it's more accessible. Now, you know, for a lot of people, using the voice assistant may still be a difficulty. And so there's several solutions for that. One of them is to train the app to listen to your voice and then be able to translate with the voice assistant. Another way is to have more of a tactile way of communicating with the voice assistant. So what we have here is we have these buttons. They're called flick buttons.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And so these buttons, you can assign different tasks around the home to them. You can assign different scenarios in the Alexa voice assistant.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
So what we've done is we've taken one of these and we've attached it to the side of this cabinet. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see the button while I push it, but there's one right here, and you'll see what happens when I do push it. So if I hold this down, it's going to, it's not going to run the popcorn scenario. Instead, it's going to run the baked chicken tender scenario, which operates the microwave for 3 minutes and 37 seconds.
3 minutes, 37 seconds.
So
And
you could have
That's
many
wild.
of these, yeah, you could have many of these buttons somewhere near the microwave and put a picture next to each one. You know, if you're making chicken tenders, push this button. If you're making popcorn, push this button. And if someone has something else they want to make that week, then if you plan in advance, you can even change what the button does, so that person's ready to make that meal independently at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, now navigating away from cooking a little bit, these buttons can be used for other things too. So you know, we have it also set up to help someone keep track of their schedule, for example. So let me find another camera position here.
Okay.
It's another Amazon product. This is the Amazon Echo Show. And what this Amazon Echo Show does, it provides a visual component for using the voice assistant. But continuing on with the thought about, okay, let me start over actually. So we have on here a digital calendar. Now, someone, they can use any calendar. Again, this is just a demonstration. If you use this device, you can look on the calendar and see, you know, what time to get ready for work. You can see what time to take a shower so that you're prepared to go out the door when transportation arrives. And so the way that we have this set up is that with clicking one of these flip buttons, again, the one on the cabinet here, I'm going to push it and it's going to tell me what's on my day, on the schedule for my day.
Today there are 3 events remaining. At 12 p.m. let's take my lunch. At 4 p.m. let's get ready to leave. At 4:30 p.m. let's take transportation home.
Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
we have the day pretty detailed. Okay?
Sure.
And so, you know, having a calendar like this around the home can be helpful to keep track of what's going on in your day. And someone else, if they want to add something in, you can even give someone access to add things to your calendar and help you maintain if you want to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so, but what we have here is, again, maybe the voice assistant isn't for you. You can still use products like this. So if we want to add something to the calendar, what we do is we click the flick button twice.
Okay. What day and time?
Today, 7 p.m.
And what's the name of the event?
Watch Lion King with my daughter.
Okay, I've added that.
Yeah, so really easy. You just take the prompts and then add something to the calendar.
And are those prompts programmed by you, or are those Alexa prompts?
They're pre-programmed in, so they're Alexa prompts.
Okay, great. So Jordan, we're running a little short on time. So we've seen awesome stuff in the kitchen. We've seen kind of how to plan your day and get ready to go for things, cook some things. Is there anything that you know, in the bedroom or in the family room that you would want to show us maybe here in the last 5 minutes that we've got?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the bedroom here. So what one thing that I'd like to explain a little bit is over here on the left side of the computer here, we have this collection of hubs. Okay, And we have a new hub in the mail today. I just ordered it so that we can do more with our smart home. But essentially the way that these work is they collect signals from different devices. Okay, so the way that that works is you have a device, for example, a smoke detector. And what it'll do is while our smoke detector will still send off an alarm, letting someone know that there's smoke that has been identified, it'll then send a signal to the smart home hub. So the smoke detector works as usual, starts an alarm, but additionally sends a notification to our smart home hub, which then transmits that signal to other devices around the home. So in this case, our lights will change, our lock will unlock for us, so that someone doesn't have to, so that someone can get into the home if needed. And
Yeah.
also so that someone can exit the home without having to touch a hot lock. And then our thermostat will, if it's on cool or heat, it will actually turn off so that smoke isn't sucked in through the HVAC system and distributed around the home. And then it'll send a notification to the smart home or to the cell phone that's associated with the smart home. And it also sends a notification to my phone so that someone in the home can tell what's going on. They get an extra notification, even if they're at a grocery store, maybe they're not home when the smoke is detected, they can know and call 911 if they want to. And someone outside of the home can know what's happening and call the person and make sure that they're okay.
How cool.
Right here, we have this medication dispenser. This one happens to be made by Double Robotics. If I can get it so you can read the screen there.
Yeah, I can.
It says med schedule, and the next time that medication is supposed to be taken is at 2:05. But I have it set so you can take it early. So I'll take it now. It's making sure that I want to take it early. I'm saying yes. Sorry about that. And now it's rotating. So there's an opening right here. And
We can
on
see
the
that.
inside, it's just rotating around to the right slots. So each of these slots are associated with a time and with a date. And so September 15th at 2 p.m. is associated with the slot that it stops at. So if I flip it, I'm going to put it in my hand there. And then the notification on the screen says dispense, closing in 5 seconds. It's going to close and automatically go back to the spot here. So this is helpful, right? Maybe instead of someone passing medication every day, maybe someone can instead fill this and instead only put the medication in it maybe once a week if they take a medication twice a day, because it has 14 slots. Maybe instead, if that person's taking medicine only once a day, that person only has to come over every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now,
Fascinating. That's really, really neat. Thank you, Jordan.
yeah, so there's different medication dispensers that are like that. This one, some of the benefits is it's small, it's portable, it's rechargeable, you can take it with you. And has a 14-day supply. You can get bigger ones that have a larger supply. This one, for example, does basically the same thing, but instead of having 14 slots, it instead has, I think, 29.
Okay. Got it. So, Jordan, I'd like to let the viewers know how they can access the smart home discovery place, and then also tell them about the Tech Summit. So, can you tell us how viewers could access the smart home discovery place?
Yeah, absolutely. So if somebody wants to take a tour of the smart home discovery place, they can go to our website, which is, if you go into your browser, you can type in go.osu.edu/SHDP, short for Smart Home Discovery Place. go.osu.edu/SHDP. And from there, you can select the Take a Tour button or the Schedule a Tour button. and it'll direct you to a survey. And the survey asks, are you taking a tailored tour or are you taking a group tour? And so if you're someone who's wondering, how does this technology specifically fit with your needs, then you select tailored tour and answer the questions, and then we can design a tour tailored to your needs. If you're looking to maybe take a group through a tour of the space, either virtually or in person, you can select the group tour option, and it'll take you from there to schedule a tour automatically. It's connected with my calendar, so you can see over the next 2 months, what date I might be available for a tour on a Wednesday or a Thursday. And then do you have any questions about that, Logan?
No, but I want to plug the Tech Summit. So Jordan organizes an annual Tech Summit here in Columbus. I've attended 3 times, and it's just fabulous, and has speakers, advocates, and then also vendors displaying different kinds of technology. So is that planned for next year already, Jordan? And tell people how they can find out more about that, please.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what the date is going to be yet. What you can do today, you can go to our website for that. You can go to go.osu.edu/tech summit. And from there, you can look at PowerPoint presentations. You can even go to the archive tab and look at all of the PowerPoint presentations from the last 5 years since we started. We're on our 5th year. Next year will be our 6th year. And if you go back even to 2021, you can listen through, because that was online and we recorded everything. You can listen to all of the sessions there. But the Tech Summit for next year, we don't have it planned yet. Usually this is an event that happens in mid-August or late July. Yeah, so more information on that will be coming toward the beginning of 2024. Awesome.
Well, Jordan, I can't thank you enough for taking us through just part of the smart home discovery place at the Nisonger Center. I'm sure that a lot of people are going to get on that website and try to schedule their own tour. Thanks so much for taking the time to do that. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks to you, Logan. Thanks, bye.
So long, Jordan. I hope you enjoyed this episode of VLOGAN. Please like, share, and subscribe to the RRPG channel so you can stay up to date with some of the latest news in the disability community.